Today we're going to be talking about foot, heel, or ankle pain. And usually this comes in the form of plantar fasciitis or heel spurs or Morton's neuromas and things like this. So today I'll be taking you through a test, a stretch, and then also a habit correction to help solve this for you. One of the big causes I found of most foot, ankle pain is that the calf muscles have become too tight. And when we walk, our knee needs to be able to pass forward over the ankle joint in order for our body to be able to move fluidly. And tightness here is preventing that from happening. However, we have tremendous force that's moving forward as we're walking. So if these muscles are too tight, the force of moving forward has to go someplace. And it's either going to go down into the foot or it's going to go up into the knee. For those of you with plantar fasciitis and heel spurs and Morton's neuromas, what's happening is that force is being transmitted down into the foot and dispersed among all the joints there and tissues, and those tissues are saying, hey man, I just can't do that anymore. So what's an easy test to determine if this is happening in you? Well, I'm going to ask you to get a 2 or 3 inch thick book or a yoga block or a 2x4 or something like that and put it up against the wall. You're going to put the balls of your feet up on that block or book, and your heel is going to remain on the floor. Let's say we're doing the right leg first. You're going to lock the right knee back straight, and you're going to lean your whole body forward over that foot, keeping the heel on the ground. And basically, you're just testing to see how tight your calf is. So just note how far you can move forward and how tight your calf feels. Then we're going to do that on the other leg, and you can compare the two legs. Is one side tighter than the other? Likely the side that you're having pain on is the side where the calf is tighter. Now we're going to get in that same position with the balls of the feet up on the book or the block and your heel on the ground, and this time you're going to bend the knee forward and see how far over the toes it can go. And you're going to note that range of motion. You should feel a little bit more tightness down a little closer to your ankle in the back of your leg, and this is testing your soleus range of motion. All right, so get a bead on how flexible you are there, and then again you're going to test your other leg and note whether one side feels tighter than the other. Again, the calf and soleus complex is usually tighter on the side that's having pain. If you're having pain on both sides, then they should feel fairly equally tight. How are we going to correct this? Well, you've probably already been through tons and tons of people telling you that you need to stretch your calf and soleus. And it is true that the calf and soleus does need to become longer, but stretching it isn't going to solve the problem. The reason is because something you're doing is causing that complex to become tight in the first place. What I have found after many years of working with these patients is that it's happening because of how we're sleeping. When we sleep on our back and we have the covers resting on our feet, our toes are pointing away from us. If we sleep on the stomach, then the bed is pushing the toes away from us. And even if you sleep on their side, most people sleep with their toes pointed away from them. So that's 6 to 8 hours of shortening of the calf and soleus complex. You can stretch the calf and soleus all day long, and if you go to bed and you sleep like this, you'll wake up with them tight again. I'm going to take a break here and ask you to please subscribe, like, and most importantly, share this video with others who might be suffering from foot or ankle pain. This could help them a lot. There is one way that you can beat it, and that's using a dorsal night splint, which is something that you can get off of Amazon. I'll put a link to that dorsal night splint below. Wear that at night, and that will break that pattern of contraction or tightness that's occurring during the evening. And then finally, an exercise that can help you too is the classic calf and soleus stretch, which you've probably already been taught many times before. But the reason that hasn't worked in the past is because you haven't been addressing the source of the tightness that's been occurring in the evenings. So if you combine that with the dorsal night splint, I think you should feel the success that you've been looking for. So we've covered a test, a stretch, and a habit correction to fix your foot and ankle pain, and I hope that helps you. If you need more help, I've created digital home programs to solve pain from head to toe, and you can find those at www.rickolderman.com. Otherwise, if you have pain elsewhere in your body, I've also created a free masterclass where I take people through a few tests to understand why they're having back or sciatic or SI joint pain and help them develop a plan to solve that. So you'll also see that link below too.